Good morning, everyone. Welcome to 365 day 6. It is January 6th, 2019. And I am feeling much better. As you can see, my eyes are even open. I will get tired as the day goes out. It still takes me a little while to tire easy, but for now, I am feeling great. I'm wide awake. I've got energy, and I am super excited to start a day. I'm going to go in here in a few minutes and get breakfast going. I'm going to take you guys along with that. We're going to make some chorizo egg and potato tacos. I'm going to teach you guys. A lot of people won't eat chorizo, so they say it's really greasy, so they don't like it. Or the flavor's way too strong, and it is. So I'm going to teach you guys how to work with chorizo the way that you'll love it. It's just so yummy. I was talking to Andy earlier about a project we're going to do next weekend. I'm going to get all my keychains up, and we'll count them, because I really have no idea how many I have. I know I have a bunch. I think last count was 300. So it may be more than that now. I think I've got a few scattered around that people have given me. So that'll be a project for next weekend. Y'all be looking for that. We'll have a video out for sure on that one. And I've been sitting here just answering comments and talking to Andy and just kind of chilling. So, but we are going to get in the kitchen today. And I thought about doing this on a vlog, on a separate video, but I thought, nope. It's going to be a special treat just for those of you that actually watch the vlog. So if they don't watch, they can't learn. There you go. So, anyway, let me get this finished up, and I will meet you guys in the kitchen. Hey guys, welcome to the kitchen. So, I am filling up my salt and pepper shakers right quick. I really would love to get me some of those grinders. Man, they're pricey. I just can't bring myself to spend 30, 40 bucks on them. I imagine I'll try to find them cheaper, but if you get a cheaper one, they're just not going to work as well, right? So, I'm shaking my salt. Why? Because, and I don't know how well the camera's going to pick this up, but can y'all see the little rice pieces in there? Like right in here? Those are rice. So, when you live in a really damp, high humidity area like I do, and your rice clumps, if you'll throw a little bit of rice in the bottom of your salt shaker, it will stop it from doing that, and it won't come through the holes, obviously. And then when you change out and put new salt in, you just change it out and put new rice in. So, I'm filling things up. So anyway, I was thinking, before we get started, while I do this, I was thinking about earlier, you know, when I say every morning that welcome to 365 day 5, day 6, day 7, whatever. Well, right now that's easy to do because it's January and today's the 6th of January, so therefore the 6th of January is day 6, right? But when I get to February and March and down into July and August, and how am I going to keep those straight? Holy cannoli. So then I thought, I think I better get me a calendar and mark my calendar for, you know, just number the days 1 through whatever, so that I can keep track of this for y'all, because I think that's the only way it's going to happen. Anyway, so let's get on to breakfast. I'm going to do little bits here and talk, and then I'm going to speed this up a little bit for you so you can, I mean, I'm sure you don't want to watch me cook for 30 minutes straight. Anyway, chorizo. I got to get one thing. I'll be right back. Okay, chorizo. Alright guys, my mama called. So, chorizo. I like the pork chorizo, it's my favorite. You can buy this in beef. I prefer the pork. So, a lot of people don't eat chorizo because it's either too strong and they use too much of it, and it is a very strong sausage, or they don't know how to cook it, it's too greasy. So, I'm going to show you. I'm going to teach you how to do chorizo. You guys try it. It's really, really good. You need a small pan, just a small one. Now, I'm going to tell you, for most dishes, you're not going to need a whole lot. Excuse me, guys. Because, like I said, it is a really strong sausage. So, we're just going to cut into the tip. You'll see it comes out. And in my case, because I'm only making a few, I'm going to squeeze about right here. If you were feeding a family of 4 to 5, you would do about half. Okay? Just squeeze it. It comes right out. Yeah, I know it looks a little gross. Twist it while you're going, and you'll seal off the rest of the pack so that you can get it back in the fridge. If you let this sit just a minute, that will stiffen the plastic right there. And what you can do, what I've done in the past, little scraps of foil, I tend to hang on to them. And you can, it's a clean foil, you guys, not foil that's funky nasty. You can take a little clean piece of foil, wrap this edge of the plastic, and now it's sealed. You can do it that way too. I usually, like I said, just twist it, set it down, push that twist up against something. It'll stiffen the plastic up and it'll stay that way for you. So, you want to do this first. This takes a little bit of time. Okay? So what I'm going to do, you can see the chorizo in the pan, right? I'm going to come over here, and like I said, chorizo takes a little while to do it right. You have to cook it really slow and low. So I'm going to put this on low and just leave it alone, and you'll see throughout the morning and throughout the breakfast, you'll see me move it around, and as we get to that stage, I will bring you closer and show you what's going on. So, alright, I'm going to move you guys a little bit closer so you can see what I'm doing. Now, this part is where I'm probably going to just speed the camera up for you guys, because who doesn't know how to chop an onion, right? Or potatoes. So, I've just got some plain old yellow onions. I cut mine in half. If I need less, I'll cut it in half again, but in this case I'm going to use a half because I really love onions in my potatoes. It has to happen. So, outer layer off. Come on. Get my fingers to work right. And if you don't have a garbage bowl, which I really suggest this to everybody, have a garbage bowl. It's just a bowl that you set in your sink. And I didn't have it sitting right next to me yet, or this would have already been in here. Alright, you can start to hear the chorizo sizzling a little bit, which means we need to turn it down a little more. I don't really want it to sizzle. A little bit, yes. You'll keep a wooden spoon or spatula. I use a spatula. Let me show y'all. Over here. So once I got this stretched out a little bit in the center of the pan, okay? Let me bring y'all over here so you can see it. In the center. You see how the oil's starting to pile? See it? Start slowly pulling the oil as it comes out. Excuse me. Out to the sides of your pan. This takes a little while. It takes, you know, it's not hard if you just put it on here and let it start doing while you're doing. And then you want to constantly kind of mix it in. You don't want the bottom scorching. So that's going to keep going, and you're going to see me pop over here from time to time as the oil starts to come out and do this again. So, Get y'all back over here. Now, well, and get my tripod to cooperate here. So, anyway, I'm going to get the onions and potatoes cut up. I'm going to keep working with the chorizo as it releases its oil. And I'm probably going to just speed this up for you so that it doesn't take forever, because y'all know how to chop onions, right? I mean, I just cut across this way. And one piece has been stuck to my finger. Thank you. And I'll do the half that way. So, and you guys know how to dice a potato, so let me get all this. We'll get this kicking. Alright guys, I got the chorizo done while I finished up the onions and potatoes. Let me show you. It is really dry now. See, there's not a bunch of oil or grease in there. It's pretty dry. That's what you want. You're just going to set it aside because it's going to go back in at the last minute. So, tip you up a little bit where you can see the pan. Oh no, you can see me too. I'm sorry, y'all. Just kidding. So, I'm going to turn the burner on. I want a fairly good heat, okay? Now, if you cook or slice your potatoes thicker, you're going to need a lower heat. But as you can see, I do a little small, thin dice, okay? Because these are for tacos. If I were making fried potatoes, just have on the side, I'd slice them bigger. You would need to turn the heat down so that the potatoes have time to cook. Well, good Lord. So, a little bit of oil. And I'll tell y'all, your potatoes do not need to be drowning in oil, you guys. You just need a little bit. Coat the pan. Just a little bit. You want to let it come up to temperature. And in this case, we are definitely going to need some pepper. We will be doing salt, but not at the end, you guys. If you're going to be frying potatoes and that kind of stuff, you want to salt them at the end, okay? If you do it in the beginning, it's going to release too much water and your potatoes are just going to steam. They're not going to fry like crisp like you want them to. So, seasonings are pretty basic for me when it comes to my breakfast tacos. I'll show you what I got while the oil's heating up. Sometimes I go Italian with my Tony's. I absolutely love Tony's, but we're going to have, because we're having chorizo, we're going Mexican style. So, black pepper is a must. I have some of the smoked garlic and smoked onion that Cher generously gave me. I've got some chipotle, there it is, chipotle pepper. And this is called sazon, or Sazonador Total. You're also going to hear people call this Sazon Total or Total Seasoning, which is what it translates to. This is, it's going to have the black peppercorns, the thyme, the onions, the basil, oregano. It's pretty much all of it. There's cumin in here. There is some salt in here, so you need to be careful how much you use. There is no sugar in it, which is really great. This is a no sugar seasoning, you guys, and it is awesome. Awesome flavors. So, I don't necessarily want to season my oil because the oil doesn't need it. So what I'm going to do is I am going to sprinkle this, all of my seasonings, and I'm going to be generous. Potatoes need seasoning. And this is also going to have to season the eggs too, so I'm just going to sprinkle them right here on my board. I love chipotle. I know a lot of people love cayenne and it's their thing, but chipotle to me is like, it's it. And I am absolutely loving this smoked garlic and onion that Cher gave me, and I've already gone through almost half of it. I don't know what I'm going to do when I don't have it no more. I guess I better learn to make my own. But it is so yummy. Oh, I wish you guys could smell this. And some black pepper. So, get all this put back in here. I am going to leave the pepper out because I'll be using it again later. The oil is starting to shimmer. If you're not 100% sure, take an onion piece, just one little piece. Hear the sizzle? So, I'm just going to kind of mix these around a little bit. I want to get that seasoning covering the potatoes. And get your hands dirty unless you want to dirty up another bowl and a spoon and other stuff to wash. Well, my hands wash easier than dishes do, so. And I really believe your hands are the best tool you've got in the kitchen. I just do. So, these are dry by now because I've let them sit out. You do want to be careful. There is oil in here. If you're worried about that or you're nervous about the oil, you can absolutely do this with a spoon or spatula to drop it in the pan. I've just done this so many years that, I don't know, I'm just used to it. So, I'm going to get the potatoes in. Now, I don't want my onions to burn, so while they are chopped, I'm not going to put them in just yet. I'm going to let these potatoes go for a few minutes. I want to get them close to a single layer. And again, the heat is on high here, you guys. This is on high. So I'm going to let those go for a few minutes. And the biggest thing, and I've shared this before, the biggest thing that people usually mess up when they're making fried potatoes and they don't get crisp, they always tell me they're always soft, they're not crisp, because they don't leave them and they don't get them dry. You saw how dry mine were going in. You want a high heat, put them on one side and leave them there and let that side crisp. Don't turn them, don't flip them, don't move them, don't nothing until it's time. So, let me get this in the fridge and we'll be back. All right, I'm back. Had a disaster, but I fixed it. These are ready to turn. See how crisp they are? Now, I like mine really brown. If you don't like yours this brown, don't let them go quite that long. And at this point, I'm going to add in my onion and the chorizo. And this is a little bit dry. I'm going to give it just a tiny bit more oil. The whole thing here, guys, I don't want tacos with grease running down my hands. Yes, I love the grease. I love greasy street tacos. They are so good, but they're not exactly healthy. So, you want to really mix this in, get the chorizo spread out. And trust me, chorizo is really strong, so even though that doesn't look like a lot of meat, it's going to be plenty. And at this point, because I've got that nice browning, and I don't want to burn my onions, I am going to turn this flame down. But the potatoes are just about done. So as soon as these onions get to translucent, which won't take long at all, and in the meantime, I have got to get a bowl. Hold on a second. Sorry, guys. So, I am very blessed that Andy generously gives me fresh eggs. Now the thing with fresh eggs is you gotta wash them because, as you can see, they're dirty. And I'm told that is intentional, that there's a membrane on them that you don't want to wash off, and this what helps to preserve the eggs. They'll last longer. So, I know y'all can't see me, but I promise I'm just over here washing eggs. And I gotta kind of hurry because I don't want to burn my taters. So, anytime you're dealing with fresh eggs, you're going to want to crack them in a bowl, not in your dish, because you just never know. I've learned that. This is where I'm going to introduce salt. Some pepper, some salt, and I'm going to salt my taters. I'm going to grab a fork. Just going to scramble these up a little bit. They don't have to be, unless you don't like the whites at all. If you don't like the whites of eggs at all, then really scramble these well. But for me, I'm just going to get them broken up. These are going to cook quick, and by the time they're done, breakfast taters are done. Just going to dump them on top. That was 3 little small eggs for me. You know, you put however many eggs your family likes. 3 little, those little small ones for me is plenty. Oops. Get back in here of escaping taters. And I just mix them in so that they coat the potatoes and cook the egg. don't think I have any cheese pre-shredded, so what I'm going to do is use a couple of my slices of pepper jack. So at this point, the egg is almost completely cooked. Not quite. It's got a couple minutes more, if that. So I'm going to turn the burner off. I'm going to go over here and get my cheese. So we're going to stick with this Mexican theme. I've got some pepper jack cheese, which is one of my favorites. I love pepper jack. I'm just going to lay a few pieces over here. Now this is a lot. It's more than I will eat in one meal. But the great thing about this, because it's what it is, if I just leave this covered on the counter, whatever I don't eat, I will be able to have at lunchtime. So I'm going to put the pepper jack cheese on top. We're going to put a lid on it. Move it aside because I need this burner to cook my tortillas. Let me get this pan out of the way. Get that all cleaned up in a little bit. Garbage pan for you. This is why I keep a garbage bowl, you guys. Everything goes in the garbage bowl. So much easier for cleanup later. Now, tortillas. You guys have seen me do these before. If you haven't, well, you're about to. I did have a minor disaster while y'all were off camera. Which pretty much bites. If you noticed, I had this pan of oil sitting on my stove. Well, the phone fell over again. I guess I'm going to have to get a new tripod. But the phone fell over and knocked the pan off. Oil, the whole entire thing of oil between down the counter, the cabinets, under the stove. Had to get all that cleaned up, which is why my taters got a little darker than they normally would, but I still like them dark. That's how I like mine crispy. So, flame on low. I do these right on the burner. If you're worried about your fingers, you can do this, absolutely do this on what they call a comal, which is just a flat iron pan. You can do this on a griddle. For some reason, a flame is not coming out even. I think my little, whatchamacallit, shifted. That's okay. You kind of work with it. See, I've got a big flame over here and a little flame over here, so I think the little metal thing has shifted. And it's just magnetic, so I will fix that one probably when I cleaned it yesterday. And that's okay. I just keep rotating the tortilla that way. Now, I do not like burnt tortillas, so if you're going to do this, make sure you stay with it. It will burn quickly and easily if you leave it unattended. I don't leave it on one side too long. I keep rotating it around. And see, this side's not getting much browning, so I'll put it over that higher flame. Just keep going until it's done. When it starts poofing up, then you know you're just about done. See it starting to poof? That means you're cooked. And I'm still going to have to remop my floors. I got most of the oil up and with rags and all, but yes, I'm going to have to mop the floors now and actually move the stove because I know a bunch of the oil went under the stove. I got most of it, but I don't know, there's some still there, and I'm going to have to mix up some dish soap water with some Dawn that'll pick up all that oil and then go back with the Pine Sol and rinse it. So, but it is what it is. And I know there are those of you, it can wait. No, it cannot. It's food. If it were just the mud from the dogs, I could understand where y'all tell me it could wait. But no, this is food, oil. I don't want that all over my house. Stinking, smelling gross. No. We should be just about getting to where we start puffing up. If you don't puff, don't worry. I mean, it's not... There it is, starting to puff right there, see it? So, let's bring this back over here. Now this is how I fill my tacos. I put them on my plate, 1, 2, 3. So I turn it this way. Grab some with the cheese. Get my hand under here better so I don't drop my plate. And yes, Bo is sitting right behind me. Ever hopeful that I'm going to drop something. Fold it over, push it down, it'll stay, it'll hold itself because of the cheese and all of that. And you can fill these as full or not as you like. You'll notice I'm leaving an end that doesn't have anything on it, and I'm going to show you why in a minute. It's a trick for those of us that, what my friend Albert used to call white girl tacos, but it's okay, it works for me. I don't like the mess, you know, I don't like when you bite into a taco and everything falls out the bottom, and I don't like that. So I learned years and years and years ago how to fold them where that don't happen. Alright, now, pick you up where you can see me. Hi! So, to fold your taco, you'll see everything is all to one side. This side doesn't have any filling. Fold it up, over, tuck it in, fold it again. Nothing's coming out the bottom. And you got the most awesome breakfast tacos ever. So good. Now if you like these really spicy, you can add some jalapeno in here, some habanero if you wanted. You could put hot sauce on here. Whatever you wanted to make it yours. So, I am going to sit down and eat my breakfast. I am going to... Well, sorry guys. I'm going to sit down and eat my breakfast. Probably watch a movie. I'm kind of, like I said, I get tired easy once I've been up for a while. And the extra chore of cleaning all the oil kind of, okay. So I'm going to eat my breakfast. I hope you guys have enjoyed the cooking lesson. And I will see y'all after a short nap. See you later. It is 8 o'clock. Excuse me. Oh, please forgive me. Just got off of a live stream with Kelly over at Life of a Millwife on her channel. She did answer some questions that a bunch of people had sent them, and we just kind of chit-chatted, and we had a good time. You guys can go check that out if you want. But I've officially tired myself out again. So I'm going to get ready to go to bed, but I got to get this uploaded and edited. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed cooking with me today. I go back to work tomorrow, which I'm excited about, but at the same token... I'd love another day, but it's just not possible. So, got Bo out back at the moment going potty, and I'll bring him in and let Sam out for the evening to go potty for himself for a little while. And then that's pretty much going to wrap up my day. So, I hope you guys have had an awesome day. Didn't vlog too much today. This whole weekend just been doing what I can do. But I'm happy you guys are all here, and I thank you for all of the thoughts and well wishes and the prayers. You guys are awesome. I will see y'all tomorrow. Have a good day, baby. Bye, guys.